So now I want to talk about a sleep issue at the other end of the night, not the beginning, but at the beginning of the very early morning hours. A lot of babies in the first year of life seem to have a farmer in them, and they wake up between 4 and 5 a.m. even if it's totally dark, even if you have dark shades. They just seem to have that inner clock of a farmer. And that hour between around 5 a.m. is really important for your sleep as an adult. That's when you get some really deep sleep. So let's talk about the easy trick to try to move your baby from waking up, let's say at 5 in the morning, to closer to 6. So you start by recording every morning when your baby wakes up. So let's say one morning it's 5:30, the next morning it's 5:10, the next morning you're lucky and it's 5:45, and the fourth morning it's 5:30 again. So the earliest time, 5:10, is your focal point. Now what you do is you get a clock radio or a CD player on a timer, and you set it to go on at 5:08 on some kind of music, reasonably loudly enough so that if your baby is beginning to wake up, that will fully wake him up or her. And then 2 minutes after the music comes on, you come into the room, baby will hopefully be awake, you say good morning, and you pretend that it's perfectly reasonable to get up and start the day. Now you turn the lights on, you take the baby out of their bedroom, you get active, etc. And you do that for 5 nights. 5:08, 5 nights in a row, until what you can see is that there's a conditioned response. The music comes on, baby wakes up, expects you to show up and start the day. Now comes the sneaky and charming part, which is that after 5 days or so, when you feel like the conditioning has been set, you move the clock ahead by 4 or 5 minutes. So now it's going to be set to 5:12. And typically what will happen is the baby will wake up when the clock radio starts to play the music. It'll be 5:12. The next day you'll move it to 5:15, and so on. And the trick here is to do it very gradually. So every day move the clock forward by 3 to 5 minutes, not more. And that way, over the course of, depending how early you started, you should be able to add between 35 minutes, 45 minutes, if you're lucky, even an hour to your baby's sleep, and they'll be waking up at 6 a.m., which is much more reasonable for most of the adults. And it's an easy way to do it. It's pretty simple, tierless, and I hope you try it and that you're successful.